Welcome back, XShazzyX, and welcome everyone else. I'm Brendan Lane, and this is Let's Learn DC20. We'll be continuing from the last episode, so go check that one out if you haven't already. Let's take a look at spell characteristics. The first thing about spells to know is that they have 3 types of components. Most spells will have at least one component, some will have 2, and others will have all 3. The first is verbal components. The magical words and songs or incantations needed to manifest your spell. The downsides of verbal components are that creatures might hear you and be alerted to your location or the fact that you're casting a spell.
I'll just cast invisibility. Shazam!
We heard that.
If you're gagged or silenced, you won't be able to cast it, and if you're holding your breath for some reason, like you're underwater, you'll lose some of your breath whenever you try and cast the spell. The next component is somatic. This just means you have to perform some form of movement or gesture to cast the spell. The downsides for somatic components is that creatures can potentially see that you're trying to cast a spell. If your hands are bound or you're restrained, then you won't be able to cast the spell because you need at least one free hand to satisfy a somatic component. And the last components are material. These can be various forms of physical items you need as catalysts for your spells. There are 2 types of material components. Consumed materials, which are materials that are, well, consumed, like bullets in a gun. And then there's persistent materials. These materials are not used up, but you'll still need to have them on your person to cast the spell. Outside of the obvious downsides of needing the material, they tend to be rare and quite pricey. Surprise! Mid-video sub-begging. Please help me make the number go big. Back to it. Another type of characteristics for spells are durations. Spells can either be instantaneous, where the effects take place right after casting, or continuous. These effects last for a specified amount of time, and usually these spells can be ended early in various ways. Additionally, some spells require concentration to maintain the spell's effect. If you take damage or something causes a big distraction, you'll have to make a mental save to maintain concentration. You can only concentrate on one spell at a time. I mean, you're not my man Jimmy Neutron after all. Our next couple of characteristics are going to be real quick. Targets. The spell will tell you what and how many targets you can target with your spell. They might have to be within a certain range or area effect. Which brings us on to range, which is how far away a spell can be cast. Then, the next characteristics, area of effects. Basically, the size of the area and the shape that the spell takes. The different shapes are arc, aura, cone, cube, cylinder, line, sphere, and wall. Now, we have the schools of magic. Astromancy. The magic of space and gravity.
Screw gravity.
Chronomancy. Magic of wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. Conjuration. Magic of summoning things from places and fabricating stuff from nothing. Destruction. The magic of pew pew booms and blamos. Divination. The magic of revealing what normally can't be seen, like your pee-pee. Enchantment. The magic of influencing others. Subscribe. Illusion. The magic of warping perception and Facebook magic videos.
If you were thinking of colored green, then you have got to share this video.
Necromancy. The magic of undeath.
I swear, I will have revenge for the death of my brother. You have my bow.
And my axe!
And your brother. Say hi.
Hello.
Protection. The magic of defense. Restoration. A perfectly valid school of magic. Focuses on healing and resurrection. And then we have transmutation. The magic of transforming one thing into another. And the final characteristic for today is spell tags. These represent a spell's properties. Fire spells will have a fire spell tag, etc. Certain class features will interact with them, like the Wizard's Arcane Sigil. And there we go. Nice and quick for today. With this video, we've finished covering the spellcasting section in the DC20 Alpha. I mean, there's still the actual spells to cover, but they're likely to be changed or have more added in the beta release. So I plan to cover those later on in the series, where hopefully more stuff's out. Oh yeah, the Kickstarter for DC20 is going live in less than 3 months. I'll leave a link in the description so you can get notified when it goes live. The Dungeon Coaches said that there'll be a lot of early bird bonuses for those who back early. The alpha for DC20 has dropped down in price as well to just $10, which you can also get from my other link in the description if you wanted to get a head start on DC20 before the Kickstarter. For the next video, I'll spice things up a little bit and put out a poll for what you want to see covered next. Consider subscribing. We're really close to hitting 1 million subs. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, consume more content. Bye.